Hello.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I don't know what happened in that Google Meet.
Yeah, so
Today it's total of server issues. So what to do? Okay, just a minute. Okay, first. So we're talking about friction, right?
right.
So friction is an opposition force, okay, or oppose
Okay.
the motion. This is the main thing you have to remember. Means always the direction of frictional force. This is the important, because friction is also a force, right?
Right.
So it also has a direction. So we can magnitude we can find out easily, but the direction is the important thing in friction. It is
Okay.
frictional force is always in the di- always in the opposite direction. Okay.
So your voice is breaking again. So
I think all this that maybe server issues for to do. Okay, let's see for 5 minutes. Otherwise, we can continue tomorrow. Okay.
okay, sir.
And it's like we'll cancel this today's class if it doesn't work properly. Okay.
Okay. So 1 second.
Yeah. Okay.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So always opposes the motion. Okay.
Right.
Means the direction is always in the opposite direction of motion. Okay.
Motion.
Or
Okay.
net force. Okay.
Okay.
To make it simpler, whether if it is in moving, okay,
Okay.
if it is body is moving this side, then frictional force is opposite side, that is backwards. Okay.
Okay.
Now if the body is not moving, okay,
Okay.
here the body is not moving, means there is no motion, right? Then the frictional force, if applied, the frictional force will always be opposite to the applied force. Okay. Here, let's see what this frictional force does. Now, first of all, let us suppose there is a block over here.
Okay.
Okay? You are pulling it.
Okay.
So first of all, let 20 kg, the weight of the block. Okay.
Okay.
The frictional force is calculated as Fs. Now let us study what is this Fs mean. Is mu into N, where mu is called the coefficient of friction. Okay.
Okay.
Coefficient of friction means this one tells whether the surface is smooth or hard. In general, you can directly tell. It tells the smoothness of the surface, this mu. Okay.
So can you repeat it? It started breaking again in between.
Yeah. Means this mu, mu, it is read as mu. Okay.
Okay.
This is called the coefficient of friction. Means it tells how much smooth the surface is. Okay.
Okay.
It is always coefficient in the sense it is as a factor, always lies between 0 to 1. Okay.
So I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Yeah. It's okay. Then we'll continue this in next class. I think there is some server issues and all.
So I can't hear you. What do you say?
No, we can continue the class in next class. Just cancel. We will cancel this class because there is lot of server issues, right?
So can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. There is more of server problems today. We will continue tomorrow.
So can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, so even I can hear you now.
But there is some disturbances going on.
Right,
Let's
right.
continue for 5 to 10 minutes. Then we will study the same thing tomorrow also. Just as a introduction, let's study. Okay.
Okay.
Hmm. So first, when we are studying about friction, there are two types of friction. Okay.
Okay.
One is static friction. The second type
Okay.
is kinetic friction. Okay.
Okay.
And static friction is represented as, and always the frictional force is represented by small letters. Fs,
Okay.
static friction. Kinetic friction, Fk.
Okay.
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 Now, what is the static friction and kinetic friction? What do you meaning? What is the meaning of static?
Like it's stationary,
Yeah,
does
static
not
means
move.
stationary, right? Means
So
let us
what?
up. Yeah, static means stationary itself. Means not
Yeah,
moving,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So just for represent, I am drawing this one. Let us suppose this is 100 kg block. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if you are pulling it, will it move?
Yeah.
Till some forces. Okay. Let's suppose if there is a small 5-year-old boy applying a force
Okay.
of 20 Newton, then it won't move, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Instead of Newton, just understand this by a small. So 5-year-old boy. Then because there is no, he can't apply much force, right? Which is required for the body to move.
Yeah.
Correct? Now for a
Yeah.
10-year-old, it may or may not. We can't make it sure. Okay.
Okay.
Now you are there. Means like if you apply a small force, it won't move. But if you exert the full strength of yours, then it can move, right?
So
In
what
all,
what do you say?
if you apply small force, it won't move. If you apply full
Yeah.
strength, it can move, right? Now, what's happening over here?
So your voice is continuing to break.
Yeah, yeah. Just
Wait, so can you just like say something now?
yeah. Peace for 1 minute. Now let's proceed. Okay.
Okay.
So static friction, that is Fs, right? Static friction
Yeah.
exists when the body is not moving. Okay.
Moving. Okay.
So then that we call that friction as static friction. Okay.
Okay.
Now kinetic friction. Kinetic means movement, right?
Right.
So when the body starts moving, then the same friction is called kinetic friction. That's it. So in general,
Okay.
the friction is divided into two parts depending upon the motion. If the body is not moving, it's called static friction. Okay.
Okay.
If the body is moving, it's called kinetic friction. Okay.
Okay.
Now let's see how to classify the static friction and kinetic friction. One thing, when it is moving, it is kinetic. When it is stationary or not moving, it is static. Okay.
Static. Okay.
Now, just as a note, FSK for calculating the maximum static friction, Fs max. Okay.
Okay.
Means the maximum force required for the body for just a little movement or for just tending to start. We studied the limit side, it tends to. Okay. The maximum force required for the body to just start or to just move. Okay. We can call it as tends to move. Okay.
Okay.
When the body just tends to move, that force or that applied force,
Okay.
F applied means you are applying external force, right?
Right.
For moving it. So that applied force is equal to the maximum force. The formula is mu into N. Okay.
Okay.
Where, as we discussed, that mu is called coefficient of friction.
Coefficient.
Coefficient of friction. Okay.
Okay.
And always this mu, and what is the physical significance of this mu means it tells how much smooth the surface is. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the mu. So if mu is 0, then the surface is totally smooth. There is no friction at all. Okay.
Okay.
When the mu is 1, means it is very hard. The body doesn't move. That's it. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So always mu lies between 0 to 1. See this. Okay. Always the coefficient of friction lies between 0 to 1. 0 means frictionless. Means there is no friction. Okay.
Okay.
Whenever they tell a smooth surface means you have to take the mu as 0. That is the significance of this. Okay.
Okay.
Smooth surface means you have to take that mu as 0.
0.
Understood?
Okay.
Now, after this formula, let's see. So remember this formula, the maximum
Okay.
static friction is mu times of normal force. Okay. Now we know how to calculate normal force, right?
Right.
Let us suppose it is the body is of 10 kg. What is the N? 10 into 10
It'll be,
mg,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because the body is not moving in y-axis, means it is in equilibrium
Yeah.
under y-axis. That's why N equals to mg. So we got 100 Newton, right?
Oh, yeah.
This coefficient of friction is provided. It all depends upon the surface, remember. Coefficient of friction depends upon the surface, and it is a constant value for the surface, okay?
Okay.
If the surface changes, then only mu changes. Until and unless surface changes, then only the mu will change. Otherwise, there is no change in the mu, okay? And in the question, they will
Okay.
give what is the value of mu. Here we are taking as 0.6, okay? Now let's calculate what is the maximum frictional force, the static force, Fs mass 0.6 into 100, right?
Yeah.
Means which is equals to 16 Newton, correct? Means for a 10 kg block and for a coefficient of friction of 0.6, the maximum static friction is 60 Newton.
It's 100.
No,
I mean 16.
60 Newton.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, what is the significance of this 60 Newton? Now, let us understand this. So, no. Here we have a 10 kg block, right? So, now I am applying a force. Let us suppose F applied or F external. Generally, we will take F external.
Okay.
That we are applying it, okay?
Okay.
So now I have calculated. The first step is you have to calculate what is the Fx max. That is the maximum static friction. We got a 60 Newton. Just write it down. Now,
Yeah.
if I apply 20 Newton for this force, okay?
Okay.
What I told, Fs max 16 Newton means the maximum force when the body moves, right?
Yeah.
If I am applying 20 Newton, will the body move?
Right. Yeah.
Will the body
No.
if I apply 20
No,
Newton?
because only at 60 Newton will tend to move.
No, so the body, it won't move, correct?
Correct.
Won't move. Now, if I apply F external as 40 Newton for the same 10 kg, will the body move?
No.
No, here also the body won't move. Now here, the same 10 kg, if I apply that F external as 60 Newton. So here the body tends to move, tends to mean starting position, right?
Yeah.
So now we have to understand these three cases. When you are applying a force of 20 Newton, okay,
Okay.
then the as I told before, the body is not moving, correct?
Right.
Remember, the frictional force acts only at the surface, that right? I am right.
Right.
Frictional force at the surface, because the frictional force acts over here. That too I am drawing opposite to the external force, right?
Right.
Because the frictional force acts always opposite to the motion or opposite to the net external force, okay?
Force. Okay.
So external force is right side, that's why the frictional force is left side, that
Left
is
side.
backwards, okay? The frictional force.
Okay.
Since it is not moving, I have to represent it by Fs, okay? Since the
So
body,
what?
since the body is not moving, right?
Yeah.
When the body is not moving, the frictional force is static friction, that is Fs. We discussed about,
When the body is not moving.
yeah, when the body is not moving, it is static friction. When the body is moving, you have to take it as Fk, right?
Okay. Yeah.
That is kinetic friction. Okay. The same friction itself,
Okay.
just you are representing with different variables just to differentiate when the body is moving and not moving. That's it. Okay.
Okay.
Since the body is not moving, I have to take Fs, that is the static friction.
FS.
Now, here the most important thing. When the body is not moving, or with, then Fs is equals to the F applied, the most important one. When the body is not moving, the static friction is equal to the applied force. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So here, what is the static friction now? It directly equals to the external force,
20.
which is equals to 20 Newton.
20.
Okay.
Okay.
Now we can tell the body is in equilibrium, because since it is not moving, we know the body should be in equilibrium, right?
Right.
So for it to be equilibrium, the opposite forces should be equal.
So can you repeat?
When the body is in equilibrium, the opposite forces
Right.
should be equal, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why this side is frictional force Fs, this side is external force. So it is in equilibrium, that's why the both should be equal. Okay.
Okay.
That's why Fs is equals to the F external force. Because the body is not moving means the body is in equilibrium, opposite forces should be equal. Okay.
Okay.
Now we will come to the second. First one, now second one. Here also the, so first step is you have to draw the frictional force direction. So the
Okay.
friction will be acting over surface, that's why downwards. Since I applied external force towards the right side, frictional force
Will be
should
towards the left.
towards left side. So one thing is clear, that is the direction of friction.
Friction force.
So since the body is not moving, so I have to represent it with Fs, right?
Right.
So as I told before, when the body is not moving, Fs,
Will
that
be
is static friction equal to the external force. So it is
40 Newton.
40 Newton itself. Understood?
Oh, yeah.
So means the static friction is a variable force, right? Here it is 20 Newton, here it is 40 Newton. It is changing or it is varying depending upon the applied forces, right?
Right.
So means the static friction is a variable force. One thing to note.
Okay.
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 Now let's come to the third case. Now here it is tends to move, right?
Right.
Means this is the maximum static friction because it is tending to move.
Yeah.
So here it, okay, if you calculate, tending to move means it is getting ready to move,
It's just,
but not moving.
yeah.
It is getting ready to
Yeah.
move. Then also means we can take as a minute part, it is not moving itself, right?
Right.
So here we have Fs. If you are applying 60 Newton, here also
This
60,
will also be
right?
right.
Now if you apply just a small extra force to this 60 Newton, then it moves, right?
Right. Yeah.
Now when it moves, then we have to use this kinetic friction. Okay.
Okay.
So understood what is this static friction and how to calculate the static friction?
Yeah.
So it all depends upon whether the body is in motion or not. Okay.
Okay.
Now the same 10 kg block. Here we have external force. We just increase it from 60 to 80 Newton. Okay. Now the static, now the frictional force will be backwards, right?
Yeah.
This is the frictional force F. So now we have to compare. When the external force is greater than static friction, that is the maximum static friction is 60 Newton, right?
Yeah.
Now we are applying 80 Newton. Obviously, we know that the body will move, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
When the body moves, you have to take Fk. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So here, how to calculate this Fk? Fk, that is the kinetic friction, is equal to the maximum static friction. That's it. Whatever it may be, it is always fixed to maximum static friction. Okay. It is always when body moves, when the body is in motion. When body is in motion, the kinetic friction is equal to the maximum static friction. Okay.
Okay.
So what is the maximum static friction over here? 60 Newton, we just
60
calculated,
Newton.
right?
Yeah.
So Fk is 60 Newton. That's why it's called maximum. Means the frictional force can't go beyond this limit. It can't go beyond 60 Newton. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Frictional force is fixed to 60 Newton. No. The same 10 kg. Now F external is 100 Newton. What will be the kinetic friction? It will be over here, this side, right? Because
Right.
backwards. So since it is, we know, first we calculated maximum kinetic friction, that is 60 Newton. Applied force is
Yeah.
100 Newton. So it
Yeah.
is more, that's why the body will move. That's why
Right.
Fk, right?
Yeah.
Now kinetic friction means when kinetic friction comes, it is always the maximum static friction, that is 60 Newton itself.
60.
The friction cannot go beyond maximum static friction. That is the thing. Okay.
Okay.
Now we have to calculate what is the acceleration for all these 5 cases. Okay.
Okay.
So first acceleration over here. Is the body moving over here?
No.
No. 0. Now let's come to second one, A2. Is the body moving over here?
No.
No. Means both opposite forces are equal. Equilibrium. Equilibrium means acceleration 0. Right? Now
Yeah.
let's come to third case. A3. Is the body moving over here?
Yeah, it like tends to move.
It tends to move.
But not that.
Means it is getting ready to move. Not moving at all now. It is getting ready. Means taking all the energy just to start. Okay.
Okay. So here also will be
Because
0.
60
Right?
Newton, if you don't want to see by whether it is moving or not, just see the forces. 20 cancel out each other, so acceleration 0. 40 cancel out each other, that's why 0.
0.
60 cancel out each other, that's why 0.
So here also.
Now let's come to the EF4. So now the body is in movement, right?
Right.
Since F external is greater than Fs max, right?
Yeah.
So the body is in movement. When there is motion, we can have acceleration or not, depending upon the force. Okay. What is the formula for calculating acceleration? As we discussed, F net equals to ma. That is the formula, right?
Yeah.
What is the net force in the fourth case?
80 Newton.
80 Newton. So net force, when I tell about net force, means you have to take all the forces together.
Oh, okay. So here will be 80 Newton minus 60 Newton. Right?
80 minus 60.
60.
80
So 20.
minus 60 because of the opposite side.
Opposite
Should
direction.
be equals to mass of the body, that is 10 into acceleration.
Yeah.
So here we get the acceleration as 2 meters per second square.
Second square.
So when you apply a force of 80 Newton, the body will move at an acceleration of 2 meters per second square. Okay.
Okay.
Now, what is the acceleration for the fifth case?
4 meter per second square.
Okay, in general, 4, just we will show it in a calculation, because the main theme is about knowing the forces and equating the net force to MA. That is the main thing over here. Okay.
Okay.
So first, F net is equals to MA.
Yeah.
Now we have to calculate the net force. So that is
So it's 100 minus 60.
100 minus 60, which is equals to mass of the body into acceleration. We got that A as 4 meters per second square. Right?
Right.
So this is the static friction and kinetic friction. And the formula for maximum static friction, as I told before, is mu of n. Because without remembering this formula, we can't calculate the friction force, right?
Right.
So understood how to calculate this acceleration when the friction is given?
Yeah.
There are different cases also. We will study it.
Okay.
Now,
so they'll always provide mu, right?
They will
or do
always
we have to
provide
remember?
Yeah.
Okay.
If they didn't provide also, there is one method for calculating it. Okay. No, I will tell that.
So what?
If they didn't provide mu,
Okay.
because in some cases they will use this
Right.
angle of inclination, some theta, for this type of cases. Here we are dealing with linear motion, right?
Right.
In this, what we studied in 1 to 5 cases, all we studied in linear motion. We didn't take any angle and all, right? When comes to angle, we have the formula for calculating this mu. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, just remember the mu is tan theta. That's it. Whatever it is called, angle of repose. We will study it.
Oh, yes.
It is called the angle of repose. Okay, what is this angle of repose means? No, because it is very long method for doing this one. We have to come start from the beginning, not from the middle.
Okay.
Just remember this formula because in the next class only we will study this one. The next class, this is the mu equals to tan theta. That is the angle of repose. Then we will study what is this angle of repose called and all. Okay.
Okay.
Now, this one. Suppose there is one body. Body is not moving. Okay.
Okay.
I have applied a force of, this is 100 kg. I have applied a force of 250 Newton. Okay.
Okay.
The body is not moving. What is the acceleration for this body? What is the mu for this body?
Acceleration is 0.
Acceleration is 0 because it is not moving. Okay, instead of what is the frictional force? That's it.
Oh, that's 250 Newton.
The frictional force is 250 Newton because the body is not moving. Okay.
Okay.
Can we find mu from the given data?
Yeah.
How?
Because we can find out the normal force.
Okay, normal
which is
force
1000.
As 1000. Okay.
Right, and then Fs is equal to mu into normal force.
Okay, tell me what is the previous thing I wrote? Is it Fs or Fs max?
Oh, Fs max.
It is Fs max, not Fs. Many people make mistakes this here.
Okay.
It is the maximum static friction, not the static friction. We can't
Okay.
find
Okay.
mu from just a static friction. If they get,
Okay.
if the body tends to move, then we can tell it is the maximum static friction, right?
Right.
Then only we can calculate mu. In the previous case, we can't calculate it. Because it is not moving. That's it.
Right. Okay.
Here the frictional force is 250 Newton. We can't find mu from the given data. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Is Fs max. Always remember it is the maximum static friction. Okay.
Okay.
Now let's study the sin graph thing. Here we have this mu. It is in motion. So first, it is the friction over time. Okay.
Okay.
This is F external, right?
Right.
Means you are applying external force on the x-axis. So here we have mu into n. That is Fs max. Okay. Now, when F external is 1, my static friction is also 1, right?
Yeah.
So it follows x equal to y line, right?
Right.
So till mu n, correct?
Right.
So it follows a straight line, that is x equal to y line, right?
Yeah.
Now just after this, when you increase F external just after this line, this is Fs, right?
Right.
So it just takes a leap over here, just a small, and then it's a always equal to Fs max, which is equals to mu n. Understood this graph?
Okay. Also, the loop is when it tends to move, right?
This loop
The body tends to
just
move.
tends
Yeah.
to move.
Okay.
It's just a small loop, that's it. Just
Yeah.
a small thing. It comes and
Okay.
it fixes at Fk. Okay.
Right.
So
Okay.
whatever the external force it may be, the frictional force is always this Fk, that is mu n.
Okay.
This is the graphical notation for friction. Okay.
Okay.
Whenever you see this graph, means whenever there is F external is equals to the frictional force. Then by just giving this graph, they will give some value over here and they will ask what is the maximum frictional force or maximum static friction. Then directly by seeing this value, you can calculate.
Okay.
In those questions, they won't give this. They will just give this graph, that's it.
Okay.
They will give some values over here and here and here. Okay.
Okay.
They will ask what is that mu n or what is the mu. We can calculate mu from this case, right? If they give what is the mass of the body,
Yeah.
then we can calculate, right? So now the generalized equation for the same thing, because previously we did by keeping the values, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So when the body is not moving, here it is Fs, here it is F external. Okay. So when the body is
Okay.
not moving, frictional force is equals to the
Equal to the
external
F force of.
the force of external, the same. Next, when the body is in motion,
F external is greater than.
Yeah, here the F external is greater than this F. Yes, we have
F.
it as Fk, as I told before.
Yeah.
F external. So here F external is greater than Fs max. That thing you have to calculate, right? Fs max.
Yeah.
Then here you have to find acceleration. So now tell me, let us suppose it is mass m. So F net
Okay.
equals to ma, right?
Right.
Means F external minus Fk. Or you can, instead of Fk, you can write it as Fs max also. Okay. Because both are same, right? Fk
Right.
equals to Fs
Yeah.
max.
Hmm.
So F external minus Fk equals to ma. This is the general equation.
Oh, okay, okay.
External force minus kinetic friction is equals to the mass of the body into the acceleration. That's it. The general
Okay.
equations we are calculating. From here we can calculate that acceleration as F external minus Fk
Minus
divided by
by
m.
M.
That is nothing but net force by mass. Right?
Right.
So this is the static friction and kinetic friction for a linear motion, or you can tell it as a normal linear motion in x-axis. When the friction
Okay.
comes in inclined planes, like this, when the body is kept over here, then what is the frictional force? What is the normal force? As I told before, frictional force always depends upon normal force, right?
Right.
When normal force changes, frictional force also changes. Okay.
Okay.
This is the main formula which is useful in the inclined planes. Okay.
Okay.
If you want to go by formulas, there are only, to be frank, there is only one formula to remember. You can apply this for all. But it's not about remembering of the formulas. So we have to understand what it's going on. Okay. What actually is going on. So we will study that inclined plane in the next class. So as I remember, I have told you this mu equals to tan theta over here.
Tan.
The theta is called the angle of repose. Okay. As an introduction, I will tell just as a 2 minutes. Okay, what is this angle of repose?
Oh, so is it like static friction?
Yeah, it's the same static friction itself.
Okay.
I will take the new slide. This is the theta, the same block. The same block of mass m. Okay. Theta 1, theta 2, theta 3. Okay.
Okay.
So here, this theta 1, let's suppose there are two inclined plane and you are lifting this plane upwards. Okay.
Okay.
So when it is theta 1, the body will move. Okay. The body is not moving. Okay.
Okay.
When you incline the plane towards upwards, then also the body, let's suppose it is not moving. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
At this point of theta, at theta equals to theta 3, the body slides down or tends to slides down. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Here you're not applying any external force. See here. We are not
Okay.
applying any external force. The body will slide down by gravitational force. Okay.
Okay.
By gravitational force component, to be actually speaking. Okay. When you increase the inclination, at some point of theta, the body tends to move. Okay.
Okay.
That point of theta is called angle of inclination. While studying this, we will do one practical, then it will be whole clear. Okay.
Okay.
Angle of inclination is nothing but the angle at which the body tends to slide. That's it.
Okay.
That is the tan theta. We have, so how you got this tan theta equals to mu is the derivational part. Just I will tell how to derive it because the total derivation is not needed. But the main important in this is dividing the components. That is the main part in this. Okay.
Okay.
Dividing components along the inclination. Okay.
Okay.
We will do this.
Okay.
Okay, understood what is static friction, kinetic friction, how to calculate the static
Yeah.
friction and kinetic friction. Okay.
Right. Okay.
Next we will study this inclined plane and all.
Okay.
Then in at most difficult cases, they may ask this, a block upon a block on thing. Here we have to calculate as a relative thing. We will just calculate it. No need to discuss all at once because it will get confused.
Right.
Yeah. Okay then. We will discuss this in next class. Inclination thing and all.
Okay.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
Okay then. Bye.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.